Statement remains in effect across the GTA tonight for strong winds that could reach up to 80 kilometers an hour. Many of us woke up to anywhere between 2 and 4 centimeters of snow this morning, but that snow turned to rain by late morning, creating some messy conditions on the roads. City crews have been out salting, but drivers are being advised to slow down and be cautious out there. Toronto police say they responded to several collisions this morning, but nothing too serious. The wet winter weather also causing some problems on GTA highways. The OPP sharing these photos on X of a tractor trailer that jackknifed into a ditch on Highway 407 in Oshawa. No one was hurt and no other vehicles were involved, but the OPP are also urging drivers to be careful out there. So while the winds have certainly picked up, it seems the worst of this winter storm might be behind us. So with more on that, let's bring in our chief meteorologist, Anthony Farnell. Anthony, are we due for any more snow tonight?
Good evening, Kevin. Yeah, we are pretty much done with the snow, at least around the Greater Toronto area. There are squalls. That's a big concern for at least the evening into the overnight. And then we have another system that's going to bring additional snow this week, starting as early as Monday night. So our radar and satellite imagery shows this band of snow. This is the lake effect setting back up. Some of the areas that were hit hardest late last week getting it again. Much of the snow's melted around Toronto. In fact, our cameras were out just near our studio earlier this morning, and they saw what we all experienced, which was a slushy mess. The snow piled up when it was colder overnight, and then today, as it got about 2 to 4 degrees above freezing, a lot of that melted. We saw snow changing to rain, and now we're going to get everything freezing back up tonight as the temperature drops. So one system's out of here. Winds could still gust close to 70 for the next couple of hours, and that's the reason for the special weather statement near Lake Ontario, and then the wind warning for the shore of Lake Erie. Snow squall watches and a leftover snowfall warning from Algonquin Park all the way to Parry Sound. Lots going on. It's been that way for days. 2 degrees in Toronto. 0 now in Kitchener-Waterloo. They're still digging out after not just this recent storm, but what fell late last week in the form of lake effect. Gusts to 48 in Elora, 57 in Toronto, and it's breezy in Kingston as well, gusting to 39. How about Buffalo? 69 kilometers an hour. Overnight tonight, those temperatures dropping back, minus 11 in Peterborough, minus 16 for Sudbury, and then tomorrow staying below 0 throughout the day, even with a good deal of morning sunshine.
Thanks, Anthony. As temperatures can, 5 warming centers remain open across the city. The centers are located at 136 Spadina Road, 81 Elizabeth Street, 12 Holmes Avenue, 349 George Street, and 885 Scarborough Golf Club Road. The city has also dispatched additional street outreach teams to encourage people to come indoors and warm up. At this time of year, thousands of All right, we got Chief Meteorologist Anthony Farnell here for our Sky Tracker forecast. December 1st is tomorrow. Winter decided to show up big time.
Yeah, and you know, when it's cold in December, you at least you say, okay.
Yeah,
it's like it's December.
Yeah, we had it coming.
Yeah, it's the December or it's the November snow and cold that I think people are already fed up with. So yeah, it is a definite blast coming in across the country here for the 1st of December, and then there are snow threats as well. So we're going to get through all of that together as we get set and move towards the holidays. Let's start as we head to the weather wall. A colder start to the day, minus 7 with a wind chill of minus 10. By afternoon, minus 3. Winds eventually switching around to the southwest, rather light, but it's not going to help our temperature out too much, as this should be the coldest day of the season so far. Apropos, when you switch the calendar over, it's December weather after all. A lot more common to get that in December than it is in November, and we are above normal in terms of snowfall all across southern southern Ontario into the province of Quebec. This low is exiting now, and we're left with a break and then another area of low pressure that's going to take a track right along the eastern seaboard. And yes, we'll see some light accumulations from that here in southern Ontario. It's cold, minus 13 in Regina, minus 14 in Saskatoon, even chillier air in this purple color up to the north, and that is headed in our direction. More of North America entering winter right as meteorological winter starts. So tonight there is the potential for lake effect snow here. We have another round of snow squall watches, and then for tomorrow it is mostly sunny early on, followed by increasing clouds, and then here comes the round of snow. You'll wake up to at least a couple of centimeters around Toronto, less as you go to the north of the city, and then we get a break finally for the middle of the week. So here's our snow forecast. I think it's a bit high, but maybe 3 to 5 centimeters for Toronto, 5 centimeters for Kingston, where tonight's low is minus 6, and tomorrow all of us staying below the freezing point even in the middle of the afternoon. These temperatures are definitely below average. Our average high is 4 degrees. 1 on Tuesday and on Wednesday, and then we start to see colder conditions still on Thursday, staying in this same pattern right through next weekend.
Remains in effect across the GTA tonight for strong winds that could reach up to 80 kilometers an hour. Many of us woke up to anywhere between 2 and 4 centimeters of snow this morning, but that snow turned to rain by late morning, creating some messy conditions on the roads. City crews have been out salting, but drivers are being advised to slow down and be cautious out there. Toronto police say they responded to several collisions this morning, but nothing too serious. So while the winds have certainly picked up, it seems the worst of this winter storm might be behind us. So with more on that, let's bring in our chief meteorologist, Anthony Farnell. Anthony, are we due for any more snow tonight?
Good evening, Kevin. After that melt today, everything's freezing back up. We've got a rather brisk northwest wind, and there is some lake effect, although nothing intense around Barrie or anywhere Georgian Bay-wise. This is a bit of a different story, a more intense band heading through Middlesex County. This is north of London, Goderich getting in on some of that, and there are snow squall warnings now in place, so perhaps 15 or more centimeters here. At the same time, I don't think we're going to need a warning around Barrie or Newmarket. So this is not a repeat of what happened late last week. As far as our next weather maker, it's just going to be a light snow event Monday night into Tuesday. But temperatures, they're certainly falling. Minus 11 in Sudbury, still 3 in Kingston, 2 in Ottawa, right around 0, 1 in Toronto, minus 1 in Kitchener, where it still looks quite wintry because of those lake effect squalls last week and the extra 10 to 15 centimeters today. So yeah, 57 kilometer per hour wind at Pearson Airport. So a breezy, blustery, whatever you want to call it, evening, and tomorrow those winds will be a lot lighter, but the temperature is also going to be colder. Minus 6 is where we start the day, headed to minus 2 by afternoon, increasing clouds, and then we do have that potential for snow. We'll talk more about accumulation coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Anthony. All right, time for our Sky Tracker forecast with Chief Meteorologist Anthony Farnell. We're going to have to get used to some cold weather here.
Yeah.
Bundle up.
December cold. All that November stuff, that's in the rearview mirror now.
Quitters.
Yeah.
We're serious now.
Yeah, so now we're also, 25 days away from Christmas. So when it starts to snow, you're like, is it sticking around?
Yeah.
Is it going to be there?
Yeah. Everyone's going to be asking, are you getting a white Christmas?
I know. Too early to tell, but you know what? This pattern, I think much of the country is likely to have a white Christmas. It's going to be cold, and the hits keep coming as far as storms. So a lot to talk about. Let's head right to the weather wall. Bundle up tomorrow morning as you're stepping out the door, minus 7. At least we do have the sun back with us. It's going to be a bright day, but yeah, the chilly temperatures last throughout. Minus 3 in the afternoon, perhaps up to minus 2. But hey, wind chills here will make it feel about 4 degrees colder than these actual temperatures, and it stays at -4 right through the night. Snow expected Monday night into early Tuesday morning. Nothing significant, but yes, a little more snow now that we're into the month of December. This system, the one that brought snow and rain to the Greater Toronto Area, has moved out, but we've got a brisk northwest flow, and that means lake effect. Continuing of this pattern we've been in, the cold northwest winds are definitely being felt out west, where the temperature today was -14 in Saskatoon, -13 in Calgary, 6 degrees in Vancouver, and then we were above zero all through the Great Lakes, off towards the Maritimes as well. Still dealing with some lake effect snow. It may get into the London area later this evening or late tonight, and then diminish by morning. So increasing clouds by afternoon, and there's another round of light snow for Toronto Monday night into Tuesday. This time, though, it sticks around because those temperatures are quite a bit colder than what we had early this morning. So, snow amounts. Maybe 5 centimeters. I think this could be optimistic. 3 to 4 centimeters looks more likely. 4 or 5 in Kingston. Heavy stuff further to the east in New England. Now temperatures dropping back in a big way, -16 in Sudbury. So it is going to be a cold night, -11 in Peterborough, then back up to -5 tomorrow. And our average high, I think, is, 4 degrees in Mississauga? So we're definitely below that, and we stay below seasonal right through the upcoming week. Thursday -3, -2 on Friday. Another chance of snow by the end of the weekend. One of these could be a bigger storm, but right